Eagles versus Cardinals. The Eagles come in as 4-8-1. The Cardinals come in as the last playoff team in the NFC. They're the 7th seed. They come in at 7-6. They finally got off their losing streak. They beat the Giants last week. And the Eagles beat the Saints last week. Saints had the number 1 defense. Eagles were starting rookie quarterback Jalen Hurts for the first time. Kind of felt like they were putting him in a position to fail, so that they could say, "Hey, that's why Carson Wentz has been struggling." But the kid showed up. I was rooting for Jalen Hurts to have a big game. I was super happy when I saw that he was balling out. I was super happy when I saw that they had the lead and they had a chance to win. I was like, "Oh man, I hope they pull it off," and they did. I think Jalen Hurts adds another dynamic to that offense. He's more of a new age quarterback. Wentz is mobile. He could get some runs. He could get some yards running. He could extend plays, but he doesn't have that straight line speed that Jalen Hurts has. He doesn't have that threat that Jalen Hurts have. And Jalen Hurts is more in the mode of like a Kyle Murray. He could run. He's fast. He could run. It's gonna be exciting seeing them both scrambling, running quarterbacks, seeing who runs for more yards, who has the better throws. Jalen Hurts just adds another dynamic. I think it helps. It also helps their running back Sanders, just having the threat of Jalen Hurts keeping the ball on those RPOs, on the run play options. So I think Jalen Hurts injects life into that offense. I think seeing Murray and Jalen Hurts is going to be one of the best QB battles of the week. I'm really excited to see how those play out. This new transformation of quarterbacks in the NFL where they're going, you hardly see any pocket passers just that can't run like a Phillip Rivers or a Tom Brady. All these new quarterbacks that are coming out, they could all run, they could all scramble. Just if you look at the rookies from this year, Jalen Hurts, he could run. He's probably the fastest one this year. Joe Burrow, he's mobile. He's recovering from a leg injury, but he's mobile. Tua, he doesn't have the straight line speed, but he's definitely mobile. And then Justin Herbert, he could run too. All of them mobile. All of the picks in the top, they're all mobile. I think the last one I can remember that wasn't that mobile was probably Jared Goff. And he could kind of run a little bit, but not really. I think we're going towards those running quarterbacks, and this is going to be one of those battles that I am very interested to see. The Saints hadn't given up a 100-yard rusher in 56 games, and the Eagles had 2 in 1. So that just goes to show, like, just having the threat of Jalen Hurts, keeping the ball running, having that straight line speed. It puts the defense in a tough spot. I know it's going to keep the Cardinals' defense up at night. They don't have like a vaunted defense like the Saints, so I do think that's going to be one of the keys for the game for the Eagles to limit the throws for Jalen Hurts. He looked good, but he's a rookie, so he still hasn't seen all the coverages. He still doesn't know how to check into some throws, into some runs. I think the key for the game for the Eagles is to run the ball, and run the ball. But like I said, he's not that good of a thrower. I mean, it's not that he's not that good of a thrower. It's that he hasn't done it enough. He doesn't have the reps. Defenses could still confuse him, and he needs more reps. Like, for all the good thing about Jalen Hurts, he only completed 2 passes over 10 yards that traveled more than 10 yards against the Saints. So for the most part, he was just dinking and dunking, small routes, on short routes, wide receivers running across. They kept it simple for him. They simplified the offense. Maybe they should have been doing that with Wentz. I know he was struggling, and they were just not really helping him out. But they helped out Hurts. He looked good. I think they should continue to do that. One of the problems for the Eagles is that they lost their right tackle. They will be without Reddick. I mean, they will be without Jack Driscoll, so they're going to have to play Matt Pryor. And Hassan Reddick had 5 sacks against the Giants. He has the most sacks for the Cardinals. He had 5 before the game with the Giants. He had 5 against the Giants. He has 10 sacks now. So that's going to be one of the keys to the game, seeing how Hassan Reddick does against the backup Matt Pryor. And the Eagles will be without their safety, Rodney McLeod, and their starting corner, Avonte Maddox. And they might be without Darius Slay, their top cornerback. They paid a lot of money to in the offseason. He has a concussion. So a lot of injuries in the defense, especially in the secondary. And when you're going up against DeAndre Hopkins, that could be trouble. The problem with the Cardinals is that their offense hasn't been clicking as much as it was in the first 6 games of the season. Cliff Kingsbury is supposed to be an offensive genius, but his offensive concepts don't look that intense, or they don't look that complicated. They seem pretty simple. So I'm interested to see if they're able to expose the Eagles secondary. If if I mean they're gonna be without their safety and their other starting corner Vontae Maddox, but if they're without Darius Slay too, and this Cardinal offense isn't able to like punish them, then that's gonna really cause some concerns. It's gonna really like uh diminish my expectations for the Cardinals, even if they are able to hold on for a playoff spot. If they're not able to take advantage of this secondary, then I don't see them going further than like the first game, the first wild card round against anybody. So they should take advantage against this secondary. But the Eagles do have the second most sacks in the league, so their front line gets a lot of pressure on quarterbacks. So that's going to be a key for the Eagles. Get a lot of sacks, pressure Murray out of the pocket, make him feel uncomfortable, and help out your defensive backs, because you're definitely going to be without your safety, and you're definitely going to be without your other starting corner, and you might be without Darius Slay too. So I think Brandon Graham and Fletcher Cox are going to have big games. Fletcher Cox down the middle, Graham on the edge, try to get to Murray, try to stop the run, try to stop that Cardinals offense. But I like Jalen Hurts a lot. I like what he brings to the table. I don't trust the Cardinals defense. I don't know if Cliff Kingsbury could make that offense potent enough to make up for the Eagles. The Eagles showed a lot of life last week against the Saints. Really impressed. The Saints were people forget the Saints were the number one seed in the NFC, and they were riding like an 8 or 9 game winning streak. For the Eagles to do that in Jalen Hurts' first game, I'm very, 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 very excited to see where the Eagles are able to go. They're still alive, and if the Seahawks beat Washington, then they would be one game behind for the division lead against Washington, and they play each other on Week 17. So I think that's going to be some great football. That might get flexed into Sunday Night Football. I want to see that happen. I want to see the Eagles against the Washington in Week 17 duke it out for the division. Because of that, I have the Eagles 24, Cardinals 20.